You're listening to The Alex Jones Show. From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines,
Region 6.
the information war continues.
Yep.
It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
We'll never turn this around unless we understand it's an orchestrated, synthetic takeover of reality. An attempt to end normal human activity, to build a world not designed for people, but for the technocrats who they believe have ascended to this godhood level that will merge the machines. They are megalomaniacs of the 10th order, and they've got to be dealt with. I believe in humanity, and I believe we can take action. That's why I'm here. And we've got some good news, we've got some bad news, but overall we're in the fight, and that's what matters. Todd in Florida, go ahead. Thanks for holding.
Hey, brother. Hey, when the day after y'all broke that story about the missing nukes from Dias, I was on my way to North Alabama to see my best friend. I was on I-10 just about to get off and go head north, and I looked across the interstate, and there it was, on a flatbed, a nuke, covered up in a heavy white tarp, fully exposed except for the white tarp. And I've been in the military, and I've watched enough TV to know what the darn things look like. And it was headed east. And that's all I can say about that. Also, a few days ago, a friend that I trust with my life came to me, and he has a friend that's been in the CIA for 50 years. He said the man called him, they've been friends for 30 years, and told him to get up a month's worth of food and various other things, which I won't go into, because someone is going to hit our power grid. Blam.
Well, I know the power grid's wide open. God bless you. I appreciate your call. There's certainly massive preparations going on everywhere. And it's just times like these that I just hope we can get the public out of their coma to realize how much trouble we're in. Spencer in Canada, go ahead. Thanks for holding.
Hi there, Alex. How you doing?
Good. Go ahead.
So I had a former friend before he was kicked out of Canada. He was in the U.S. military, and he was an intelligence analyst. And we had some drinks at a bar one night, and he was a little drunk, and he told me a lot of stuff about what he did in the Iraq War. And one of them was he helped cover up the football players' deaths and do the cover story for that. But, you know, he also told me a lot of things about advanced weaponry and stuff that they would use over there. And you had mentioned earlier about the gay bomb, that's actually 100% true, that they would use that and they would have large doses of hormones in it. And he laughed about it because he thought it was just so ridiculous, but he morally couldn't stand their actual operation over there. And he ended up deserting and came to Canada for over 10 years, and they finally actually just kicked him out because we don't believe in deserters here. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to mention that. And he also had told me about how the CIA actually had came to Toronto and actually kidnapped one of his friends who was also a deserter, and they put a bag over his head and they tried to bring him across the United States-Canada border in Niagara Falls, and they actually got stopped by Canadian Border Patrol, and they had drawn their guns out at them and said, you know, like, you can't bring people over the border with a bag on their head. And there was a huge cover-up with that, and they ended up giving the deserter complete full Canadian citizenship in turn for not talking about it. But I just think it's absolutely ridiculous, this power grab where the, you know, American military and the CIA and think that they
Listen, when they took Rob Dew and crew to a military base, arrested the media at the G20, he won a lawsuit over it, settled it. They put bags on their heads. So, I mean, this country, I don't think they put them on Dew's head. They put them on who weren't even spitting. They were just putting bags over their heads. And, I mean, this is the kind of stuff goes on because the cops all watch these shows based where it's an al-Qaeda guy and you put a bag on their head, but then it ends up being you. And then our government gives al-Qaeda weapons. I appreciate your call. I'm out of time. I'm sorry to Dave, Chad, everybody else. I'm having surgery in the morning. Pray for me. It's not the very serious surgery, but you never know what goes on. And Lord willing, I'll be back in just a few days. David Knight's going to be here doing a great job. Please support the broadcast. Spread the word about it. Please support our sponsors. Please check out the products at InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com. We have the very best water filtration systems, the side-by-side studies. The Pro Pure G2 and others are the very best for the price. The Clearly Filter's the best. InfoWarsStore.com. And that's it for this transmission. I'll see you when I get back. A little over, brother.
Just recently started using your products. Everything you said